everybody, and welcome back to AlexElliottGolf, and welcome to the channel if you're a brand new viewer. Don't forget to subscribe and give all this content a thumbs up. Plenty of content in all areas of games to help you improve. So today's video is the 3 common mistakes people make in a bunker, and then we're going to talk through a really good drill setup and how you set up to make sure you hit those really nice crisp bunker shots. So the first common mistake is I see a lot of people set up to this golf ball almost like they're going to chip a normal chip shot. So quite a square face, weight just favouring the lead side slightly, and they almost try and chip this ball out the bunker. Well, in some circumstances that may be the shot, but in very often that is not the setup we want to adopt to hit a really nice bunker shot. So the second setup fault I see is really seeing that people have got this weight almost feeling like it favours their right side, so their trail side, because they feel they've got to scoop this ball into the air to get it out over the lip, get it as high as they can, where really this has a detrimental effect. We either catch it a little bit heavy or we catch it thin into the face. Now I think a lot of people that are listening to this now would probably resonate with that and really realise, okay, yeah, that probably is me. So that kind of nicely leads me on to the final point. A lot of people that I see, and this is in terms of the hitting area, they try and scoop this ball up into the air, really try and add loss to the club face, because they feel that's going to give them the bounce through the sand. Whereas, yes, okay, it wants to feel like that sort of, but we don't want to see whether overtaking the hands, we don't want to see flipping of the golf club and scooping it up into the air, and vice versa. We don't want to see you driving this club into the sand. So now we've covered those points there, and those 3 really big key points, which I think a lot of people watching this video will see and go, I'm probably one of those. I'm either the setup wrong in terms of looking like a chip, my weight distribution's wrong, or my feelings through the shot are wrong. And I think that is really going to give you a really good wake-up call and seeing now how we want to go about this. So how we want to set up this drill station is we need 2 different coloured alignment sticks. I've got my blue, which is my ball line, and that's going to really be my ball position line. And then the red line is going to be a ball width behind, and that's really where we're going to try and look to enter the sand to really achieve a nice crisp action. So let's go through this setup now. So what I want you to do is I want you to grip this club so we've got equal distance of grip at the end and at the butt end, so at the shaft end and the butt end. So your hands are going to be nicely positioned between them both. So from there is what I want you to do is, I know you can't place this club on the sand when you're actually playing the competition, but when you're drilling it and when you're on the practice ground you certainly can. So what I want you to do is I want you to place this golf club open on the ground and then take your grip. So your club face relative to your ball's target line will be pointing slightly right. That is fine for now, that is fine. So from there, now we've got a hold of this golf club, I want you to feel that my ball position is a club head inside my lead heel. And you can see that there. I've got a wide stance just wide of club head, wide of shoulder width apart. I've got a stance and a ball position where it is a club head inside my lead heel. So I've got my points there. I've got my first few points. And what I want you to do now is I want you to feel that I've got 60% of my weight on my lead side, so my left side here. And what I feel like, almost imagine we've got a brick wall up to our knee. And I always feel like that stays plastered to that brick wall throughout. And that really gives me a sense of helping me, give me a sense of keeping my weight on my left side, and really helps me assure a nice strike. So the final point, and this is the point which I think a lot of people really feel uncomfortable and then hard to grasp. I want you to feel like you're stood a little bit further away from it. And what that does is we feel like we have to sit down into the shot a little bit more. We have to feel like our tailbone is more down towards the ground and these hands are lower. And what this does is this helps us shallow ourselves into the golf ball, but also adds loft to the club face. So these are all things that are going to help you get that club and into the sand correctly and get that ball out of that bunker. So let me get into that position now. Let's get a little bit further away than is comfortable and just edge yourself away. And then we're going to feel like we sit down into the shot. And you can see now I'm in a position where my tailbone is more towards the ground and I've got my weight favouring my lead side 60-40. And my feelings I want you to create now, and this is why these lines are great, I want you to imagine if I took a picture of myself at address now, if I swung back and came back to impact, I wouldn't want to see any difference between my address position and impact position. If you were a person that drove into the golf ball, my hands would break this blue line first, or vice versa. If you were someone that was trying to scoop it up into the air, we'd see the club head break this blue line first. Whereas I want you to feel that we all come back and we all marry up on this blue line. And this gives me a great sense of feeling that I'm throwing the bounce underneath the ball, but I'm not scooping up into the air. There's a very fine difference, but there is definitely a difference there. So my feeling through impact now, I want to feel like you're going to point the loft back at you. So this loft from the club face through impact, you're going to point it right back into your chest. And that really gives me a sense of releasing that bounce through the sand. Yes, it's very hard to get and very hard to understand, but once you get that feeling, you'll start to make those nice thudding sounds in the bunker. So we're going to place our golf club on the ground, which should be slightly right of our ball to target line. We may want to feel like we've got our shoulders, knees and hips all parallel to our ball to target line to begin with. Then we take our grip, ball position, weight, width of stance correct. And now, a lot of people might feel that this golf ball is going to go right of target slightly. We may want to feel we shuffle our alignment slightly to the left, just to account for that face being slightly open. But if we get this release right, it'll really help us get that spin backwards and going down towards the target. So let's try this now. Nice feeling. Come back to where we started. Point the loft back at me. Let's go through that again. A little bit heavy that one, but this is why this drill is great. If I drew a line now where we're trying to enter the sand, you can see I was slightly behind there. It was still a nice shot, but a little bit heavy for what we're trying to achieve. So this is why this drill is fantastic. Got my entry into the sand line, my ball line, and it really gives me a sense of trying to work this golf club correctly. So in an ideal world there, we'd have a divot that started here and then forwards, not behind this line like I had there. But the really nice position is, I think if you do this with one hand here, it gives you a sense of really trying to feel like you brush this sand, the club enters the sand, and the sand then collects the golf ball with the club underneath. It's a really good conceptual thing if you think that the sand helps project that ball onto the green. So, let's briefly run through that setup. Nice split to stance, weight for the lead side. We're making sure we feel like we're sitting down, the golf club's a little bit further away, almost feeling like we're stretching for it a little bit to give me that sense of being able to throw this bounce through that sand. Thank you guys for watching today's video on Alex Elliott Golf. Don't forget to subscribe. Plenty of content coming throughout the game to help you improve. Thank you and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.